So before we go into part 2, we will give the pastor a little hearing. For those who don't know who the pastor is, who Mr. Vinworth Anthony Dayal. That is the pastor with the over $28 million who tried to turn his notes in. All right? This is stop by, share, like, and comment, and subscribe.
The same way have a physical road that you can drive in, and the road is access to the compound, and then you have some walkways. There's access into the building. Well, when you're doing that, just think that in God's system, it's set up a certain way to this is why He bring you in this church, why He put you this long here, why you have stayed here, He have kept you and held you here all these years, and what does He have to do, and what is He fulfilling in this day? Because He didn't call it a church attendance. He called it to fulfill a portion of the word. You are called according to His purpose. You have to know that purpose. Your purpose, He called, might be different than my purpose. Might be different than somebody else's purpose. I just be doing what He called me to do, as best I understand. And what I don't understand, seeking for more revelation. And I keep myself busy. Whether it's here, whether it's not here. Why? Because I'm convinced. And if I'm convinced, it makes me concerned. I ain't just going around, just going around place. No. The same way I'm going to talk to you here, as I'm going to talk to you, whoever I go the same way, as God people, I want to be sincere with God people. How shall they hear of the preacher? How shall the preacher except be sent? And by the fruits of preaching, God save people. And if God send you somewhere with a word, and you know you're going to word from God, then you can't go to play politics. You can't go for entertainment. You can't go just to be accepted and loved by the people. You have to be obedient to God. Like the boy playing the violin. He's not watching the people. He's watching the teacher who sent him out there to play, who taught him, who sent him out there to play, who taught him how to represent him. And that's the
in place for the redemption of the note. Through Rahmatullah Rajak, the central bank money laundering specialist, however, requested the following information. The church first citizen statement for 2018 and 2019. B. Dayal's bank statement for 2018 and 2019 for the bank account at First Citizen, which he held jointly with his wife. C. The original and a copy of all bank statements referred to in the statutory declaration, which were in Dayal's immediate possession. On December 28th, the next day, Alha was informed by Rahmatullah Rajak that because of enhanced due diligence required for a transaction of that size, the central bank was still in the process of considering the documentation provided. She also notified Alha that the tentative redemption date of Sunday, December 29, was no longer possible. In addition, she advised that Dayal would have to attend in person on Monday, December 30th, 2019, to complete the central bank declaration form and to undergo a process including being interviewed with respect to his source of fund. Allah had indicated that they would not attend, and they did not in fact attend. Allah had noted that Ms. Rajak's understanding of the laws differs from his in that she, Rajak, did not agree that the central bank was compelled to redeem the said note prior to January the 1st, 2020. She referred to the guidelines that my client, Dayal, was required to complete the central bank said declaration form, and she also referred to the existence of some unspecified declaration of the governor of the central bank in relation to redemptions. Mrs. Ranjak also indicated to Allah that she could not guarantee that the redemption exercise would take place prior to January the 21st, January the 1st, 2020. Due to the enhanced due diligence process, she, however, assured Allah that his client had the option of redeeming the said notes subsequent to January the 1st, 2020. This conversation took place via telephone, during which it was also arranged for Dayal and his attorney to meet with Ms. Rajak at the Central Bank on Monday, December 30th at 9 a.m. Rajak also advised that redemption would not take place on that day. No meeting took place. Allaha submitted that Section 27A(3) of the Central Bank Act imposes a mandatory duty on the central bank to redeem at face value without any condition or any discretion whatsoever any specific note which are presented for redemption prior to appointed date. He stresses that any published guideline for the redemption of specific note in accordance with Section 27A(3) of the Central Bank Act, if those guidelines indeed exist, cannot derogate from the statutory obligation of the Central Bank under Section 27A(3) to redeem at face value any of those specific notes which are presented for the redemption prior to the appointed date. In other words, he was trying to say there was that there was a guideline put in place that if she's going against the guideline, meaning that the note was supposed to be redeemed before the 1st. All right? He contended further that there has never been published in the Gazette, in accordance with Section 12(1) of the Statutes Act, any prescribed condition and procedures made for the redemption of specific notes under Section 27A(3) of the Central Bank Act. Last minute arrival. Allah has stated that while Section 27A(4) gives an opportunity to his client to redeem the specific note after the appointed date, if after the appointed date it confers a conditional right on my client subject to the discretion of the central bank. I will repeat that again. Allah stated that while Section 27A(4) gives an opportunity to his client to redeem the specified note after the appointed date, it confers a conditional right on my client subject to the discretion of the Central Bank Act. There is no guarantee that my client notes would be redeemed as of right. The Central Bank has absolutely no legal authority to frustrate or delay my client's right to redeem a specified notes, Allah had stated. The letter accused the Central Bank of acting in bad faith and claimed that for improper purposes it had put in place a vague and arbitrary condition for the collection of personal and final information when it is well aware that it has no statutory authority to insist on same as a condition precedent for redemption prior to January 1st, 2020. Allah had argued that the imposition of a condition precedent for such redemption by insisting that his client complete the declaration form and undergo a process of enhanced due diligence is not authorized by any written law whatsoever and requires my client to provide personal and financial information to the central bank before his request for redemption is considered. Such imposition threatens to infringe on my client's right to respect for his private and family life, guaranteed to him under Section 4C of the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. He said, therefore it was disingenuous, unlawful, and arbitrary for the central bank to insist on collecting such personal and financial information when it had no statutory authority to do so as a condition precedent for redemption. Alara stated, therefore, his client would be seeking judicial review of the central bank decision if a statutory response for his letter was not received by December 29, 2019, or that if he did not receive a written confirmation assurance that the redemption would be done on or before January 1st. He indicated that his client would have no choice in such a situation but to seek relief via judicial relief for a declaration that the central bank has acted unlawfully, that his failure to redeem his ultra via and in excess of its jurisdiction, an abuse of power done in bad faith, and that it has breached its mandatory duty to redeem the note. The central bank fixed an appointment for Dayal for Tuesday, December 31st at 1 p.m., but Dayal failed to arrive at the appointed time, arriving instead much later without the cash. But that's that Trini. Trini don't arrive on time. Anyway, the money was eventually brought hours after the officially designated closing time of 3 p.m. Officials of the FIB, however, were present at the central bank at the time of the transaction and on the authority of a detention order from the court, which they obtained, seized the money under their statutory authority. Well, all I should have done know that was going to happen anyway. This is Stop By, share, like, and comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Please. Thanks.